This is Tom with Chimera Magazine at the Lost Horizon with CJ McMahon of Die Art is Murder to do a short interview with us. How you doing, CJ?
Good, bro. Good.
Good.
Killing it. It's a nice warm day.
Yeah, it definitely is. Good day for a show, as any day.
Hopefully it's not too hot. I remember playing here like 3 years ago, and it was like one of the hottest shows that we've ever played. So
It may be. It may be again. All right. Just want to talk about the new album for a little bit. With this new one, Dear Desolation, I hear more of a death metal vibe going on, more Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel than the deathcore that I know you guys hate being pigeonholed in.
yeah,
Was that a conscious movement on your
I
part?
guess it was to a point. Like we've never really considered ourselves to be a deathcore band. I think a lot of people would like pigeonhole us in that. We're just writing music that we enjoy listening to and playing, and we have like heavy roots in hardcore, and we have heavy roots in death metal, and you know, I guess that's why we're a death metal band that have breakdowns. You know, we're very different to the rest of the genre in that regard. And I think, you know, we're getting a little bit older, so we wanted to have something that's going to have more fruition and have more longevity in like our careers. You know, deathcore's been good to us, I guess, as a scene, but like we've outgrown it. I think, you know, we just want to write some more substantial music that we can feel more proud of and move forward and have long, illustrious careers and still be doing the things that we want to do. We don't want to kind of keep our music just in this category. I don't think deathcore is something, you know, that's going to be like stadium arena quality bands, you know,
Right.
and that's what we're trying to do. We want to be big. We want to play the venues that Metallica and Slayer and stuff like that play, and
Definitely.
you know, we want to keep our roots, but and keep what we're about as well. So I think like this record was a test to see if our fans will follow us in the direction that we want to choose to go, and I think like we've definitely done really well with it. So.
I think so too. It's a great album. The first track, Slaves Beyond Death, is an awesome opening to an album.
Thanks.
Was that picked as the first track on purpose to like show the evolution of the band?
I don't really know.
No? You guys don't have say in the track order? Is that
Yeah,
something?
and Marshy, our guitarist, he's our manager, and I think him and Will, our producer, and then Monty Connor, the guy who owns Nuclear Blast, I think they sit down and then they figure out like track listings and stuff, you know, so it's too many chefs in the kitchen with certain aspects of it, so we leave
Right.
that to those business-minded production kind of ears of those guys. But yeah, we knew we were onto something a bit different. We wanted to grow as a band. We didn't want to be, I don't think we're a very generic band at all, but
Not
we
at
didn't
all.
want to have every record of ours sound generic to our sound. We wanted to grow and then test the waters with certain aspects of our music. So I think Dear Desolation is the one that's like proved to us that we can do anything
Right.
with music as long as we do it well and we keep to our roots, that we can push forward and try different things in stylistic approaches to metal.
And I think that's important for bands, is to evolve as each album progresses.
That's right.
And a lot of fans hate it. Have you had any backlash from that kind of thing?
You always have backlash, man. Like, you know, say we get like 1,000 comments about the record, 3 of them will be, oh, it just sounds like fucking every other record you do. And I'm like, dude, fucking whatever, dude. Like, oh, we don't care. Like, we have that much positivity between our crew and the huge fan base that continually grows for us, that, you know, Gandhi had people that hated him and wanted to kill him. You can't please everyone.
No, you cannot. Reading up on the internet, finding some old interviews with you guys, I found that the last 3 albums, Hate, Holy War, and now Dear Desolation, actually make up a trilogy.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious thing? And if not, how did you figure it out that it did that?
I think like it wasn't a deliberate thing, but once we started writing back when I came back and we all got together, it kind of worked its way out that way. And when we like digested what we've done over the course of the last like 8 or 9 years, we felt that it created itself without being intentional. So I think, you know, we did what was kind of expected of us with Hate, you know, very aggressive, angry, heavy as fuck record.
Yup.
And then we kind of touched on more like philosophical, real, religious topics with Holy War and start bringing in more atmospheric vibes to it. And then with Dear Desolation, it was kind of like, okay, this is us now.
Yep.
We've matured as people and as a band together. We know what works for us. We know what doesn't work for us. Let's try and add a few different things and see what happens. So that's it. Like those 3 records are growth and finding out who we are as people and as a band, and then finding our sound as a unit. And I think from now on, we know where to go, with things. So that was like a trilogy in 3 different topics, but also maturity and growth as musicians as well. So I think, we found out who we are now as musicians, so that's what we'll do.
The song Death Dealer seems to be a little more political in nature than the songs on Holy War. The lines Unholy Master, Merchant of Despair, Rally the Weak, Give them the Bloodshed, and Kill in the Name of Your Tyrant, Nothing Left But Cowards and Silence, brings to mind, for me personally, America's Angriest Clementine, Donald Trump. Was that a conscious thought in that song?
100%, man, and it's got to do with the way that the American government treat their military people as well. I understand that every country needs to have an army, but the way that the American armies are treated, like, you guys get paid like shit. You can go to war at 18, but you can't drink till you're 21. Like, I don't know how the fuck that works out. So,
Neither do I.
There's so many different things that we see as outsiders, and we have, our guitarist brother was in the army in Australia for a number of years. He did 3 tours in Iran and Iraq. We got friends and fans all over the world that have served for the American Army. Joey, a really good friend of ours in particular, lives up in Denver, Colorado at the moment. We've known him for like 10 years, and he's been out for a couple of years now, and it's just like ignorance as well through, it's just everyone gets lied to, and I find that the media in America especially just lie to the people, and it's not that, the American people are stupid, it's just they've been fed so much bullshit over the course of their entire lives that they don't know any better. They go to the news and government politics as people that are trying to help them, but they're just corrupting them and destroying them and fucking filling their heads with bullshit.
They do every day. I don't even watch the news on TV or anything because it's all lies, and what's not lies is misdirection.
That's right, 100%.
I know you left the band for a little while to deal with some personal issues, financial and some drug addiction issues.
Yeah.
I've dealt with drug addiction myself, been clean for a couple of years, so congratulations on beating that.
Thank you, man.
What have you had to change about being on the road to compensate for that?
Nothing really. Like, I did a lot of the hard work back home with my family and some people that were counseling me and getting me through a lot of things that I had problems with. So, for me, it's like I have to set up a business. Like, I just bought a business, a tattoo shop back in Australia, and
cool.
So that's going to be something that I can work really hard at and financially support myself and my family from outside of the band.
Right.
So, if the band doesn't make money, I can still have money at home to help my family. We're going to start having kids next year, and so that's my main focus, is supporting my future children. But yeah, it's like I've went through a lot of dark bullshit in my life, especially with drugs and mental illness, and I think even if I get back on the wagon at certain times with certain things, I know where my limits are. I know how to get out of a situation before it occurs. And I know that I'm like, okay, I just have to go to bed. I can't be involved in this circle. So, but we're all like that now. Everyone's pretty chill on tour.
Nice.
We play video games, watch movies. There's Face Off is on the satellite TV on the bus at the moment.
Yep, that's a great show.
Yeah, I just told my tour manager, I said, dude, we're gonna have to can this interview. We've got Face Off right on TV here, man. So
Well, it's good to have you back in the band. It would have been different without you. Your vocals are definitely unique to your band. It wouldn't sound the same. I also read that you're doing vocal coaching while you guys are on the road at different tour stops. How's that been going?
It's been good. The first half of the tour was crazy. We had having 5, 10, 20 different dudes every day, and then I got sick. Not sick so much, but my bunk sits underneath the air conditioning unit on the bus. And one day I woke up with my blind pulled down, my mouth open, and I was just breathing in air conditioning, so it dried my throat out. My throat was pretty wrecked for a week and a half.
Yeah.
So I had to back off the vocal lessons, because doing interviews, meet and greets, vocal lessons, then playing the show, I was exacerbating the voice a little bit, so I had to can a lot of sessions. But some days I just don't have time You know, and I don't want to get people down here 3-4 hours before doors open and then do like an hour and a half session and then them just sit around, you know. So there's either I have heaps of time or fuck all time, you know, to do it. So I just kind of, it's a way for me to help finance a little bit of the way through the tour. It's only a small amount of money for people, and it sifts out the people that actually want to learn to the people that just want to sit there and ask stupid questions about that have nothing to do with vocals.
Right.
And it's a way that I can give back to the scene and teach people what I do. And I've worked with about 600-700 people around the world, professional people and like just young kids and everyone in between. It helps everybody. The shit that I've taught myself and been trained over the last 25 years, it's definitely something that people can learn a lot from and develop their voice really well.
That's really cool that you do that. I like that. How has this tour been going so far? Have you guys been seeing some bigger crowds than you've seen in the past?
No, it's been really good. Some shows have been like a lot bigger than expected, and then it's, to be fair, we kind of had like a rough idea of how the shows would go before we come, and some have like blown our expectations out of the water. And then even like last night in Boston, we had like 460 people on a fucking Tuesday night.
Nice.
You know, so it's some shows like that is insane. I keep saying my favorite show of the whole tour is Montreal in Canada, and it was just a wild show in such a huge, beautiful old building. I think we had about 150 people like get up on stage and stage dive and crowd surf and all of that.
Cool.
It was wild as fuck, man. So,
nice.
Yeah, a lot of the shows have been really good. You know, it's Wednesday here in Syracuse, so hopefully we get a good turnout. I know the venue's quite small and we played here a number of times before and we've sold it out. It's a really hot venue, so
yes, it is.
It's going to be hot, wet, sticky, and packed to the brim, I hope.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nah, that's it.
Well, thank you, CJ. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today, and
thanks for having me.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tear the stage apart tonight.
Beautiful, man.
Oh yeah. All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Keep reading, keep watching.